A famous quote from the ancient Greek Socrates states, "No man has a right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable of." Although Socrates said he was the wisest man because he in fact knew nothing, I beg to differ. I think Socrates knew quite a bit about being a Chad. Today we're going to go over the 5 muscle groups that you need to develop to get that sweet Greek god Chad physique. Welcome to the Chad Academy. The first muscle group that we're gonna go over are the upper back and lats. If you wanna look like a Chad, you need to develop a wide upper back. The upper back paired with the lats create the top of the V taper. The lifts that we're gonna cover are back rows and weighted pull-ups. No Chad workout is complete without a Chad workout shirt. So we're gonna start with the back row, and what you wanna do is put one knee on the bench and put your hand on the front of the bench to support your weight, and with the opposite hand, grab a dumbbell and just pull upwards. You really want to make sure that you squeeze your back. So the next exercise we're going to do are weighted pull-ups. You're going to need one of these. It's a weight belt, and you just want to loop it through once, and then through the plate, and then you attach it to your waist, and voila. The second muscle group we're going to cover are chest and shoulders. Building a strong chest will make it seem like you're wearing an ancient Greek warrior's plate of armor. And building strong round shoulders will create a more dynamic V taper. The lifts that we're going to cover are bench press, weighted dips, barbell press, and lateral raises. Alright, so for the bench press, you're going to want to squeeze your back while you're laying down on the bench. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Make sure the bar is eye level. Touch your chest right below your nipples. And then you press up. So remember, keep that back tight and keep your feet solid on the ground. You can even arch your back a little bit. Now we're going to do weighted dips, and this is for the bottom of the chest. You're going to grab these handles Now, if this exercise isn't Chad-like, I don't know what is. All right, so now we're going to do the barbell overhead press. And this is good for the front of the shoulders. Grab the bar, keep your feet pretty close together, squeeze your core in your butt. You're going to lift the bar like this, and then just press it forward or upwards. So the fourth exercise we're going to do for the chest and shoulders are lateral raises. This is going to work this part of the shoulder cap. So you get like that nice round shoulder definition. And I usually do sets of 10 to 15. I rest a minute and then I do 3 or 4 more sets. You want to lift with your elbow. The third muscle group that we're going to cover are the abs and obliques. In my opinion, these are the most Chad-like aesthetic muscles. All Chads should at least have a flat stomach. Now keep in mind, although you can do ab exercises for days, you're not going to see any definition unless you have a low body fat percentage. The movements that we're going to cover are inverted sit-ups, hanging leg raises, and abdominal row crunches. Since regular sit-ups don't really do we're going to do inverted sit-ups because these really target the middle abs and the lower abs. I usually like to put my hands on my chest and I go all the way down and up. And if you want to be a real Chad, you should take a 35-pound kettlebell, put it on your chest, and then crunch all the way up. This is the Chad Plus workout. Now we're going to do hanging leg raises or knee raises, and these are really good for the lower part of the abs. Keep your feet together, and you can bring your knees to your chest and control the movement, or you can bring your toes up to the bar and control the movement slowly upwards and downwards.
Here, what's going on? Why are you on your knees? I thought you were supposed to be a Chad.
I am a Chad. I'm doing Chad abdominal rope crunches. This is the only reason a Chad should be on their knees. The Fourth muscle group that we're gonna cover is arms. Your arms are gonna play a big role in developing a Chad physique. They're a good looking muscle group and they show power and strength. And another benefit of having strong arms is that you'll be able to fist bump that like button. The lifts that we're gonna cover are bicep curls, hammer curls, rope pull downs, and skull crushers.
All right, to build the bicep, we're gonna do some good old-fashioned bicep curls. You wanna keep these on the side of your hips and try not to rock your body and just curl up and down slowly. This way you're isolating the bicep and using it to lift the weight up instead of using your entire body. Now we're gonna take the same weights and we're gonna do hammer curls. It's almost the same movement. The only difference is that the bicep curl, the front bicep curl builds this part of the bicep, the front part, and the hammer curl builds the outside. So it's the same idea, just holding the dumbbell like this. People ask, how can I make my arms look bigger? And they're only paying attention to the bicep. Well, the trick is also working the tricep because it'll fill out the entire arm. You're gonna grab the rope at the bottom and then pull downwards. Pull downwards and then outwards at the bottom, and you wanna squeeze it. All right, now we're gonna do skull crushers, and that works the lower part of the tricep. So you're gonna take the dumbbell, hold it with both hands. You're going to slowly lower it, and then use your triceps to push it back up.
No Chad is allowed to skip leg day, and that's why legs are the fifth muscle group that we're gonna cover. You cannot have a complete Chad physique if you have skinny legs. It'll look like a gust of wind can topple you over. You need to build strong legs so you feel like you're standing on two solid pillars. The lifts that we're gonna cover are squats, Cossack squats, leg extensions, and calf raises.
They say the squat is the king of all Chad leg exercises, and I agree. Lift up, keep your feet planted, and your core tight. Go all the way down and up. So the next leg exercise we're gonna do are Cossack squats. And they're great if you want to develop a really strong sack. These are really good for the inner part of the thighs. Hold the kettlebell and then dip down. This is really good for your hip flexors as well. Now we're moving on to the leg extensions, and this is really good for working the quad. You're just going to extend your legs up and down and control the movement upwards and downwards. When you're building a Chad physique, every muscle counts, and that's why we cannot neglect calves. Push all the way up. I'm gonna put my toes right here, half onto the platform, and then dip down and then up. Down and up. Summer's coming. If you want a lean Chad physique, you can't forget to do your cardio.